Namaste. Welcome to the lecture series on the subject Basic Thermodynamics, Module 2, Part 2, First Law of Thermodynamics, Lecture number 17. Myself, Dr. Yan Satish Kumar, Associate Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Canara Engineering College. So, we will continue with the numerical on First Law of Thermodynamics. So, let us take this problem. Air flows steadily at the rate of 0.5 kg per second through an air compressor, entering at 7 meter per second velocity, 100 kilopascal pressure, 0.95 meter cube per kg volume, and leaving at 5 meter per second velocity, 700 kilopascal pressure, and 0.19 meter cube per kg. The internal energy of air leaving is 33 kilojoules per kg, greater than that of the air entering. Cooling water in the compressor jackets absorb heat from the air at the rate of 58 kilowatt. Compute the rate of shaft work input in kilowatt. Find the ratio of the inlet pipe diameter to the outlet pipe diameter. Okay. So it is a problem on air compressor. So mass flow rate of air is given as 0.5 kg per second. And conditions for the inlet and outlet is given. So V1, so all of you note down in a paper, V1 is 7 meter per second, P1 is 100 kilopascal. This is small V1, specific volume. Okay, this is 7 meter per second is velocity, capital V1. This is small V1, specific volume 0.9 meter cube per kg. And at exit, you note it as V2 as 5 meter per second, P2 as 700 kilopascal, and small V2 as 0.19 meter cube per kg. The internal energy of leaving is 93 kilojoules per kg, greater than that of the air entering. That means U2, small U2 minus small U1, because outlet is greater than inlet, means U2 minus U1. Okay, that is 93 kilojoules per kg. And cooling water in the compressor jacket absorbs heat from the air at the rate of 58 kilowatt. Q dot is 58 kilowatt. Okay, so when I go to the next slide, I can't come back. So I hope all of you have noted this. Now you have to find out W dot and the ratio of the diameter of the inlet pipe to the outlet pipe, D1 by D2. Okay. So let us calculate the delta H change in enthalpy first. So that is nothing but delta of U plus PV, that is nothing but U2 minus U1 plus P2 V2 minus P1 V1. So everything is given here. So U2 minus U1, as I told you in the previous slide, it is 93, and pressure is 700 kilopascal, V2 is 0.19, and P1 is 100, and V1 is 0.95. Okay, and if you substitute, if you calculate, so you'll get delta H as 131 kilojoules per kg. Similarly, if you calculate delta KE, so that is V2 square minus V1 square by 2. In fact, this is in joules per kg. So you'll get as minus 12. You divide it by 1000, so you'll get minus 12 into the minus 3 kilojoules per kg. Or directly you can take 2000 here also. In place of 2, you can take 2000 directly. So then you will get directly in kilojoules per kg. Delta P is equal to 0. Now take the SFE in rate form, that is Q dot minus W dot is equal to M dot into delta H plus delta KE plus delta PE. Make proper substitutions. So you will get W dot is equal to 123.494 kilowatt. Okay, so that is the work. Now negative sign indicates that shaft work done on the compressor. Now to find the ratio of the diameters, that is D1 by D2, so you have to use the continuity equation. M1 is equal to M2. So M1 is nothing but A1 V1 by small v1 is equal to A2 V2 by small v2. So if you rewrite this equation, so you will get A1 by A2 is equal to V2 by V1 into small v1 by V2. So that you will substitute, if you substitute, you will get it as 3.5714. So all substitutions I am leaving it to you to do and calculate. Now A1 is nothing but pi by 4 into D1 square, and A2 is pi by 4 into D2 square. So it becomes D1 square by D2 square. If you simplify further, so you will get D1 by D2 as 1.8898. Okay. So one more problem. The compressor of a large gas turbine receives air from the surroundings at 95 kilopascal and 20 degrees Celsius. So P1 and T1. The air is compressed to 800 kilopascal, P2. According to the relation PV to the power 1.3 is equal to constant. So PV relationship is given for the process. The inlet velocity is negligible. The outlet velocity is 100 meter per second. The power input to the compressor is 2500 kilowatt. 20% of which is removed as heat from the compressor. So W input is 2500. So heat loss is 20% of 2500. What is the mass flow rate of air? Take Cp is equal to 1.01 kilojoules per kg Kelvin for air. So to this problem, first you have to find out the exit temperature using the temperature pressure relationship for the polytropic process, because it is PV to the power 1.3 it is given. So it is nothing but the polytropic process. So you should know the temperature pressure relationship for the polytropic process, which is nothing but T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 to the power n minus 1 by n. And if you substitute, you will get T2 as 479.09 degree Kelvin. Now you write the steady flow energy equation. Q dot minus W is equal to m dot into delta H plus delta KE plus delta P, but I have written it in some other form, delta outside, inside H plus V2 square by 2 plus GZ. So Q and W, so Q is the heat loss, 20% of 2500 is 500, so it is minus, and work developed is 2500 is plus, so is equal to m dot into, so delta H is Cp delta T, okay, V2 square by 2 is 100 square by 2 into 10 to the power minus 3, because it, or you can divide it by 2000 also, that divided by 2000 is going to the numerator 10 to the power minus 3. So there is no mention of the potential energy, so GZ term is not considered, okay. So you will get m dot as 10.365 kg per second. So this is how you have to calculate the mass flow rate. So the mass flow rate is 10.365 kg per second. Okay, let us solve one more problem. Determine the power required to drive a pump which raises the water pressure from 1 bar at entry to 25 bar at exit and delivers 2000 kg per hour of water. Neglect changes in volume, elevation and velocity, and assume specific volume of water to be 0.001045 meter cube per kg. Okay, so you have to find out the power required to drive a pump which is raising water from pressure of 1 bar to 25 bar, and it is delivering 2000 kg per hour of water. So you have the first law equation, steady flow energy equation, Q dot minus W dot is equal to m dot into delta H plus delta KE plus delta PE. So here Q dot is equal to 0 because the water pump doesn't receive or give out any heat, and delta K is 0, delta P is 0. So what you remained with W and m dot and delta H. Okay. So substituting, so you'll get minus W dot is equal to m dot into delta H is nothing but U plus PV. So here in place of H, delta H is nothing but U plus PV, but delta U is 0 for water because it does not experience any change in temperature. Temperature remains same, so there is no change in internal energy. So it becomes minus W dot is equal to m dot into delta PV, which is nothing but P2 V2 minus P1 V1. So m dot V into P2 minus P1, as V remains same for water, it is incompressible. So if you substitute, so you will get W is equal to 1.393 kilowatt. Since it is negative, because it is a work pump, work input is required to drive the pump. So this is how you have to solve the problem, and with this I conclude this entire lecture series of module 2. Okay, so totally 17 lectures are given to you. Thank you.